I'm Jarrah Hodge, editor of the Canadian feminist blog Gender Focus. Welcome to Feminism F.A.Q.s. Today, what is objectification? Simply put, objectification is seeing or treating another person as an object, rather than an individual with their own personality, identity, and thoughts. One type of objectification that's particularly of concern to feminists is sexual objectification, which is when another person, usually a woman, is treated as a sex object there for the pleasure of the viewer, who is assumed to be male. So how do we recognize objectification? Well, it can happen in a couple ways. A really common way is called dismemberment, which is reducing a woman to her body parts, as you often see in advertising. If you're looking at an ad and there's a picture of a woman's body part, it's not her face, and it's sexualized or fetishized, it's probably objectification. Objectification also occurs when a woman is reduced to her appearance and not given her own voice. So if you're walking down the street and you see some guys point at a woman and talk about how hot she is and how they'd like to have sex with her, that's a type of objectification. Now, there's nothing wrong with experiencing sexual desire for someone, but where it becomes a problem and objectification is where the other person's thoughts, feelings, and identity are totally ignored and they're just assumed to welcome the attention. Objectification for me is a bigger picture issue. The problem comes from the cumulative effect of all the images, characters, and comments we see every day in the media and advertising and pop culture that lead to this belief that the women you encounter in real life aren't fully human and that it's okay to reduce them to stereotypes and sexual fantasies. That attitude leads to sexual harassment on the street, such as catcalling, and in the workplace, accompanied by derision targeted at women who don't welcome the sexual attention. When you see and hear these things all the time, it can start to make you feel like your only value is in your sexual desirability. That can negatively impact women and girls because it can increase body insecurity, decrease your ability to negotiate safe and rewarding sex, and lead to a feeling of not being valued for your competence or your true identity. Unfortunately, since objectification is a big picture problem with many players, it takes time to resolve. Luckily, there are some great feminist groups doing work on media literacy so we can better understand and critique the messages handed to us in mainstream media, as well as lobbying for more diverse representations of women and girls. If you're concerned about this issue, consider supporting them. And in the meantime, try to remember that behind every body is a real human being too.